If you like my dad's videos, please subscribe to QA Insights channel.
Welcome to Learn Locust series. In this season 1, episode 8, we are going to see about command line options in Locust. There are a variety of commands available in Locust which will help you to achieve CI/CD and to automate your Locust script execution. To execute your Locust script, you can leverage the runtime command line options. To configure the web UI, you can use the web UI options. To run your test in the distributed mode, you can leverage the master and worker commands. Also, there are commands available for the statistics, tagging, logging, and others. In this video, we are going to see about runtime options because these are the commands we will be using very frequently. First command you should aware is locust-h. This will list out all the available commands in the Locust so that you can look it up for your reference purpose. Next is you have to go through this command, which will be very helpful for debugging purpose, for smoke testing and other purpose. So here we are sending a command called -f with the command line demo/simple test. Basically, we are tagging Locust to run this particular script with the user of just one. So here -u stands for number of users you are going to spin up, and -r stands for the spawn rate, and -t stands for the duration. So here we are running this particular script for about 10 seconds in a headless mode, which means you don't get the Locust web UI. The Flask application will not get started. Everything will get printed in the terminal. And print stats will print all your statistics in the terminal, and we are storing all our statistics in the CSV file. So you can store everything using the -csv tag with the file name, and you can configure the full history. So without entering the CSV file, you cannot you make use of the CSV full history. So if you are using CSV full history, then you should use -csv. And we are passing the host name in the command line so that it will launch the home page for this particular test, and then it will execute for about 10 seconds with the one user. Now we will see a quick demo how we can leverage the command line options for the CI/CD and other purpose. So this is my simple Python script which will hit the home page. You can mention the host name in the host parameter in the command line. So here in my command, I have tagged my Locust file, whichever script I want to execute. I can tag it using the -f, and I'm going to run with one user, spawn rate of 1 with the test duration 10 seconds. So here you can use H for hour, M for minute, and S for seconds. And I'm going with the headless mode so that I don't get the web UI of Locust, and I'm going to tell Locust to print the statistics in the terminal, and I'm going to store everything in my CSV file called run1.csv. And I'm going to store every full history, all the statistics in the CSV file, and with the host we are going to make use of example.com. Now I'm going to hit enter now. So this will launch the Locust in the terminal, and then it will print the stats for every couple of seconds, you can see, and then it will store all the history in the CSV file. Now let us wait for 10 seconds and let us open the project here. And here on the left side you can see you are getting 4 files: exceptions, failures, stats, and stats history. So this stats history and stats will have all your minimum response time, maximum response time, average, number of requests fail, pass. So everything you will get it in this particular CSV, and in the history also you will get all the details. And CSV failures, if there are any failures, it will get logged in here, and if there are any exceptions, you can see it in this CSV file. So this is how you make use of your command line options for debugging purpose, and for to run a smoke test, or to implement the CI/CD in your automation tool. That's it guys from my side. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.
If you like my dad's videos, please subscribe to QA Insights channel.